Hello and welcome. As you probably guessed, I am MotherAzure, but you can also call me Maria. I am back again with a video, and this is not a pick a card. I was going to do a pick a card, but then I decided I wasn't going to because I wasn't feeling well. However, I received a download, and I am going to do a general reading instead. I know that fewer people are probably going to see this because general readings tend to be a little bit less popular, and I understand why. But this felt like an important enough message that I needed to share it. Just when I started this reading, my recording was at 1 minute and 13 seconds. And before I started this reading, I felt very lethargic a little bit, but as soon as I got the download, I was like energized again. So I know that they really want me to give this message. So if you feel like this is something for you, please stay. If not, that is completely okay. I understand. I will post a pick a card for next week, but this is important that I do right now. I am going to explain who this is for in a minute, because even though I don't have like a name that I can give you, I don't think I can really call you out by name, and I probably wouldn't if I did, because this is public. But there's a specific type of person that this message I think is to certain. If this is for you, you will have certain things happening around in your life, and I'm going to explain it in a second. But before I do that, if you have been a regular to my channel, you probably noticed that this is not here ever. And what I have in this little cauldron is a base of salt with some herbs that are used in Afro-Cuban religions, and one is Espantamuerto, which is, I saw it translated as ghost chaser, and the other one is called Vencedor, which is winner. Okay, so these are both plants that are used for cleansing out any negative energy, and like the ghost chaser specifically refers to chasing out ghost, right? So I am going to light this because the first thing that I felt today when it came to this reading was that I needed to light this on camera to send some cleansing energy to everyone. So that is what I'm going to do. My hand is shaky. That's how much energy there's in me right now, and it's insane because I was feeling so tired. Please cleanse the energy of anyone in need of this. That is going to smoke a little bit. You may see it in the camera. Yeah, you can totally see it. So let me set that intention. May cleanse their space as it cleanses mine as well. So let it be. So if you stuck around for that, I set the intention for it to cleanse your home and everywhere around you right now, and you as well. As it cleanses me as well, because it's clearly in my space. But this felt like it was not in my space in any way. Like, I had a vision of a worm-like creature. Firstly, it reminded me of leeches. You know, leeches, how the little worm thingies that suck up your blood. But it wasn't exactly that. It had teeth, but for me, it felt like a parasite. So if you are watching this reading and you feel called to it, I am almost confident that you have had one of these symptoms that I'm going to mention. So many of you have probably been having nightmares, specifically nightmares where you're being persecuted. So something is chasing you, or something is closing in on you. They're showing me specifically a dream that I had a long time ago, where every time there was someone standing like very far away from me, and I would look down, and every time I would look back again, they were closer by a few meters, and it was terrifying. So you may have had dreams like that recently. You may also be feeling very tired, very lethargic, or just very irritated in general. So you have been feeling very irritable. It has been easier to kind of push you over the edge on a lot of things. So a lot of emotional turmoil. And the thing is that this creature that I saw, the way that it was being presented to me is that it was in the corner. So for me, that says that it's something that you are not necessarily paying attention to. that you weren't exactly aware of. And it's also letting me know that it's like a spiritual being, because as far as I'm concerned, there's this certain belief, or there was, that spirits hid in corners. But also I say that's something that you're not aware of, because honestly, who is checking their corners for a lot of things? And it's like, it was also kind of in the dark. And what I'm feeling is that this entity, whatever it is feeding off the negative energy and giving back more. So think of it as sucking in the energy and giving back more negative energy to continue the cycle. So this thing, whatever it is, it works on this cycle of negative energy. So the more negative energy in its environment, the more that it's going to produce. So it's very important for you to cleanse. Now, for at least some of you, to me, it felt like this wasn't necessarily in your home. For some of you, this is in the home of another person that you frequent. Specifically, I was shown a partner, so a boyfriend or a girlfriend, not someone that you live with, someone that you go stay with. So you don't actually live in the same place as this person. That's why I say boyfriend or girlfriend. Because usually the next step in like a more serious relationship would be living together, but you don't, I'm not being shown like you live with this person, that is your situation. Like you go to this person's place and it's there that you have the nightmares, and it's there that you feel weird and the weird energy. So the thing is that this entity thing that I'm seeing, that is honestly looks disgusting as fuck, it's not, like I said, it's like a parasite. So there's a symbiotic relationship between it and its environment, right? So this is not something that was necessarily sent to you. It's something that, or to this other person, is something that was created from their own negative energies, or something that was like very small and in the environment already, and it kind of attached itself to that negative energy and has been growing. And the reason this is important is because, like I said, it's like a cycle. So this thing is making the environment worse for you and everyone else. Okay, so the main message, that it's the most important part, is that you need to cleanse. Now, if you have made it this far and you are not sure if this is for you yet, but for some reason you're still here, I'm going to invite you to do like some basic cleansing the main way that they showed me. And this is like for you to figure out if there's like a bigger issue to deal with, if there's something that needs more intense cleansing. So what I want you to do is take a lemon. Okay, you're gonna slice the lemon however you want. I don't care if you want to do three pieces, 7 pieces, whatever you want. You're gonna cut that lemon at least in half. Okay, you're gonna grab some salt. You're gonna rub that salt all over the lemon, and I want you to set it somewhere. Like if you have pets, make sure it's somewhere that they can't reach it. Okay, and I want you to set a glass of water next to it. I want you to leave it overnight. Okay. And the next day, when you check it, like if the lemon is dried up, that is okay. But if it has mold in it, or if the water looks dark in any way, you need to do some more heavy duty cleansing. And the reason that I tell you to do this is because usually if it's like a little bit of negative energy, the lemon kind of cleanses it and sucks it up, right? But if it's a lot more, you're gonna need to do some more heavy duty cleansing. So like I said, you can use any of those herbs that I talked about, but if you're not comfortable with that, because these are, like I said, more so used in Afro-Cuban traditions, and you don't feel comfortable with that, you can use sage. There are different types of sage. White sage is endangered as far as I'm concerned, so if you don't, I would advise you not to use it. If you do want to use it, at least get it from an indigenous seller. Okay, so we are not being disrespectful. And if you have concerns, always ask them, okay? You can use, there's rue, there's Palo Santo, but I feel like Palo Santo is a little bit weaker for this, because usually if I felt like I had to cleanse during a video, I would reach for the Palo Santo first. It's a little bit gentler in my opinion. This is more heavy duty. You can also use cloves. I love burning cloves for cleansing and protection. So you're gonna use those. You can burn them. You can put them in like a simmer pot. A simmer pot is just a pot with water, and you boil it with ingredients inside with an intention. Okay, just use your intention. Use whatever feels correct for you, but just do some type of cleansing. It may also help you to take a spiritual bath. You can use bath salts for this. You can use some herbs. Just make sure they're skin safe first. There's so many resources out there on how to do stronger cleansings. You can do this, and I would recommend, like, you can do this over several days, and I would actually recommend you do that, because the way this entity is being shown to me is that it's pretty big compared to when it started. So if you're going to cleanse, just one session of cleansing is not going to get rid of it. You would have to cleanse several times. Some people do this in like a ritualistic way and do it for like a specific number of days, like 7 days. Do whatever feels right to you. Again, trust your intuition, because I am the messenger. I can't really apply this to every single person, because again, if they're giving me like a general message, I doubt it's for like one person only. There probably is several of you that are struggling with the same thing. You're gonna have to do it over several occasions, several days. It doesn't have to be consecutive days, but again, whatever feels right to you. And also, that cycle of negative energy, it has to be broken. So for example, if the negative energy you're feeling is that you're feeling lethargic when you go to your home or to this person's place, you're gonna have to try to break that cycle. So if you start feeling lethargic, I want you to, get up, do something that you enjoy, do something new, something that keeps you entertained. Like, I'm seeing specifically someone dancing, so maybe you like dancing. I saw the game called, is it called, what is it called? Is it called Just Dance? I don't know what the game is called. The Wii game that's like for dancing. I forgot what it is. Do something like that. Whatever makes you feel energized, so you can kind of sever that connection with this thing, because you are going to not only cleanse it, you're going to starve it. Okay? And it doesn't mean that you can't have negative emotions, and because that's going to be the end of the world. What we want to do is destroy the pattern of continuous negative emotion. That's why I say it's going to take probably several tries to get rid of whatever this is. Like, you see that the cards are in front of me, and I haven't even touched them because I just have all that information. It just came through like I was taking a shower. Okay? And I was deciding what to do for the other video, like for the pick a card, and I was like, yeah, no, I have to address this because it feels super important. So I keep seeing the Tower card. This is the King of Cups. I keep seeing the Tower card though in this deck. So this is something, like I said, that has been piling up. But the problem is not that it has been piling up. The problem is that it's escalating. So they don't want it to escalate. So if this is for you, like, your spirit team, they made sure to get this to you because it felt urgent. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it felt urgent. Like, I needed to do this even if I didn't do the pickle card. Like, and if I did both, I had to get this one out first. Like, it felt like that. So I don't know why I'm even using the cards. I just wanna, anything like about this. Page of Wands. I'm hearing and the Queen of Swords. That's interesting. All of these are court cards. There may be several people involved in this. I'm seeing a king, I have a page, and a queen. For some of you, this may include you, a partner, and a child. If there is a child in your home and you identify with everything I said, and you can tell that there's a problem, and this resonates for you, your child is going to be more vulnerable because children are usually more open to all of this, and they can become easier targets. So they're showing me somebody drawing either with oil or with holy water or with anything you want to use. I literally have some salt water, like just water with salt in it, and I use it for protection. So somebody drawing it looks like the sign of the cross for me, but you don't have to use that sign. You can use a protection rune. You can use anything that you want to do. You can literally write the words with your finger and whatever liquid you choose. Protection. You can literally do anything like that behind the door to the room. So maybe they have been having the night terrors, and not you. But it's like, I don't think it's a coincidence that I got 3 court cards, because the court cards, can you see how shaky I am? They represent actual people, usually. So we have a King of Cups, a Page of Wands, and a Queen of Swords. And I just keep thinking of, again, the whole cycle, but like I said, you may not be the only one being affected. You may just be the one that was able to receive this message, either because you're more spiritual or because you're more open. Oh, I hated what I just saw. So yeah, you need a heavy cleansing. And I'm not trying to scare you. Like, this is not me trying to scare you. I'm not gonna say, yo, pay me this and I'm gonna cleanse for you. I would never do that shit. And anyone who tells you like, you need to pay me $200 for me to cleanse your home, they're a fucking scammer. Do not. You can do this by yourself, and if not, if you feel like it makes it worse, you can 100% contact a professional, but make sure they're the real deal, because I don't want anyone getting scammed. Okay, so I'm not going to describe exactly what I saw, but it's like there's a lot of negative energy around you, and that the negative energy attracts other negative things. So I'm seeing like even some of you may have been laid off recently, like off your job, and that just increased the negative energy and it made the activity worse. Because again, this is not being shown to me as a separate person, human person, living person. This is being shown to me as an entity. Okay, so again, but there are parasites. The disgusting thing is that they're super fucking difficult to get rid of, because they're a fucking parasite. They're literally stuck to you, right? But when you sever, like when you starve them, as I like to say, and you cleanse them out, they are gone. Okay, so you probably, some cleansing over time will probably do the job. Okay, so again, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. And it could be feeding off any negative emotion. Sometimes it's sadness, sometimes it's anger, sometimes it's fear, sometimes it's all of them. So I just want you to identify the emotion that has been the most dominant in you or in the people around you recently. Really sit down and try to try to figure out what that emotion is, so you can target that emotion and to, reduce it in your environment as much as possible. Again, emotions aren't inherently bad. We're just trying to start that thing off, okay? And like, I work with Archangel Michael, so if you want to ask for help from Archangel Michael, go ahead and do that. He's always ready to help. There are prayers that you can do for him to ask, to ask for help. You can Google those. There's so many. I truly believe that if you ask like genuinely for help, he will come out to help, because he is amazing in my opinion. But don't be afraid to invoke like a higher power while you're doing the cleansing. It could be, like I said, Archangel Michael. It could be a God, Jesus, whoever you believe in. Okay. It doesn't matter how you do it. The point is to do the cleansing, so you can improve the conditions of your environment. Because like I said, this parasite is not necessarily, well, it's not passive. So it is generating more negative energy as it consumes negative energy. Think of it as like a black hole, I suppose. It's super weird to think about. It's like it expands it, right? It's like a magnifier. And We don't want that around you, because again, it's going to create more issues for you. So it's important to target it now and make sure it doesn't get any stronger. Because again, the Tower card in this deck, even though it's not here, is several skulls, one on top of the other, stacked on top of the other. So it keeps stacking, and eventually it's going to fall. But what we don't want is for the Tower to collapse literally on you. Okay, so we don't want this to be more of an issue to you. Do you notice that I'm saying we? Okay. I'm seeing a light, like not just a light, it's like a night lamp. So you may have recently developed as well, like this the fear of the dark in some way, because you feel stuff. It's okay for you to leave it on, but I feel like they're using it as a metaphor. So it's like, instead of letting whatever these emotions are kind of consume you, try to realize in the moment what's happening and to pull back a little bit, look towards the light, right? So yeah, I think that was the point. I'm literally having like a little vision of Archangel Michael kind of fighting the dragon. Again, I'm not Christian, but I do work with him, so I understand the imagery that he's showing me. So yeah, but take it as a good sign, because to me that means that you're going to come out victorious of this. You just have to actually do the cleansing part, because you can't really get rid of something that is a problem if you don't know that it's a problem. Like, the first step is you knowing that it's there, because like I said, to me it felt like you didn't know this entity was there and was causing problems. But now that you do know, that is your first step. And like I said, your next step is to do the cleansing, ask for help if you need to, so you can move forward, because it's keeping you stuck, because it's again feeding off and magnifying all that energy, and you don't need that shit. Okay, so that is all I have for you. I am going to post a pico card next week, because I am not feeling that well today, but like I said, I know I had to get this out. So if you have any questions, leave them down for me, like in the comments. Leave them down in the comments. If you comment, I will go over it and I will reply to you. Like, if you have any questions on cleansing and protection, I will give you my opinion. Again, it's my opinion. I don't know everything. I'm not the best out there, but I do have a little bit of experience. And if you don't know where to start, I think that I can, direct you in the right path. Okay. And again, just ask for help from your spirit team, because clearly if they made this appear so important to me, it's because they are willing to go above and beyond to help you. So take a quick second, thank them, and ask them for help and for protection. Okay? Bye-bye.